Welcome. My name is Tricia Tamkin.
And this is Jason Thibeault.
And that cute little guy you see up at the top of the page, that's Echo.
That's really the name that we've given. We'll call him the mascot, I suppose, for the assistant, or maybe he's actually the assistant.
You never know, do you?
Let me tell you a little bit about what Echo does.
After you purchase and download our software, you'll have a little icon in your tray. When you click that icon, ultimately you will load 15 separate tabs in Chrome searching through some of the best websites on the internet to find candidates.
Opening the Assistant, or Echo, is really what I do when I start every one of my searches. It gets me to so many places so quickly, and it just easily returns the kind of candidates that I need, no matter what kind of search it is.
You will have to have a little understanding of Boolean in order to effectively use the product. Could you go in and just say, accountant, San Diego? Certainly you can, but for those of you that have been trained in Boolean, all of your other modifiers and operators are going to work with our base search strings. You can write OR statements, you can exclude various things if you see in your results that you don't want, but ultimately all of the base search strings are right there for you to get into the following sites.
Guess that's kind of like a good assistant. They're going to get you the coffee, but you still might have to tweak it yourself.
Add some cream and sugar, right?
These are some of the many sites that we go after, and what Echo's actually pointing to right now at the top there is the Meet the Team search, which isn't a website. This is one of the searches that Tricia and I developed. It's going to go out and search every Meet the Team page. So anytime a company is saying, hey, these are our best people, it's going to return those kinds of people for you.
Meet our staff, meet our award-winning employees, meet our team. All of these results will show up as soon as you add a couple of terms to the base search string.
Can't get any better than when a company tells you what is best about their employees even before you started recruiting them.
No kidding. There's a couple of things that you do need to know. This product was developed for Windows. It works best on Windows. It really works best on 8.0 and higher.
That said, we can certainly put one on a Mac. It's going to change a little bit about how you use your Mac and how you use it for search because it's not quite a program at that point. But I can do it. If you insist on using a Mac, I still insist that you use an assistant.
What'll end up happening, you'll go through a custom installation with Jason where you'll share screens and he'll walk you through the process of how to get the eSSistant working on your Mac. From that point, there will be a limitation. Every time you use Chrome on your Mac, it's going to load the eSSistant, which means for times that you're not sourcing, you're going to probably want to use Safari or another browser.
Without going into all the details of software licenses and so forth, I do want to tell you a little bit about first-year support. What that really means is if you're having trouble with it, maybe you've discovered that the strings aren't working, or maybe I have, and I go out and I update the assistant, then I'm going to give you the most updated version as well.
When you purchase, you do get 2 downloads for the prices that you see here. Those 2 downloads are for a couple of different things. The first one is because you need to download it and start using the assistant. The second one is in case Jason does make modifications and enhance the product, you want to have one left over so that you can upgrade at that point. It is included in your purchase price.
Well, and also we all have those times when our technology just stops working for us. Or maybe you dropped it in somewhere wet. In cases like that, we want you to be able to reinstall and keep working as though you never stopped.
The assistant will work on a desktop or laptop. At this point, it does not work on mobile devices. It will not work on a tablet. It will not work on a cell phone. You're going to have to actually have a laptop or a desktop in front of you in order to do your sourcing.
Maybe we'll have to build a mobile Echo one day.
That'd be a lot of fun, wouldn't it?
There are certainly changes that you can get. Maybe you've decided that you are only going to look ever for candidates in Tucson and you want me to develop your assistant to be very geographically centered. Or perhaps you want a different icon for your eSssistant, or you just want a few different strings. Any of those things are possible.
All you need to do is reach out to Jason directly. Here's his email address. And let him know that you'd like some customization. He can walk you through the process of what is required and give you an idea of what the associated cost is. It's usually less than $1,000.
Likewise, if you want that custom install to be for your whole company and you have a lot of seats, you don't just have a few people that need this, but you have everybody that needs this, what we can do is an entire enterprise install. This is going to mean live training for your team, a little bit more support, custom version at this price level is of course thrown in, and you'll be able to have dozens of recruiters simultaneously finding people at the click of one button.
Now when they do an enterprise install, do they get the little Echo that gets to sit on their desk?
I would have to fashion it out of Play-Doh, but until we have physical versions of Echo, probably not.
Okay, I was just asking. Why don't we jump out and show them how it works live? In our example, what we're looking for is a CPA in San Diego. You can see we've already put that into our search box. Now we're going to come down to the tray and we're going to launch the eSSistant.
You'll see it with this M icon, and I click here and you see that temporary little black screen pop up while the program loads, and now along the top you will see many 15 new strings have now popped up. We're going to go through and we're going to start modifying these strings. What I've actually done, and I'll start with the first one, which is a Google+. I have copied that CPA San Diego, and I'm just going to put it at the beginning of these strings.
Then we'll go through each of them and we'll add CPA San Diego to each of the strings. Now I want you to pay attention to what time it is. It is currently 5:11 p.m. on my screen, as you can see right here. And we are going through and just pasting CPA and the quoted phrase San Diego. For those of you that are still learning basic Boolean, one of the things that you do whenever you have two words together that you want to keep exactly the same, like for example San Diego, you would put those in quotes, and that instructs Google to only give you back that exact phrase. So we want our CPA to be in San Diego. I will apologize as we're going through this process that we're not actually showing you all of our search strings. You will have to either buy the eSSistant to see them, or you'll have to go through our eSourcing eSSentials program in order to learn how to write all of these yourself.
Then you'd be building them on your own. You wouldn't even need me.
Well, they would probably still need the eSSistant though, right?
I use it and I've been through training.
Notice where we're at right now, it is 5:12 p.m. So it took literally 1 minute, not figuratively, literally 1 minute. Here we have got about 3,380 results of CPAs at Google+. It says 31,000 for our document sharing, slide share, doc stock.
I think they might be stretching that number a little.
I think they're definitely stretching that number. Here we've got about 525 resumes at Indeed.
Here we have Scribed, which is another document storage site, so we're going to see a lot there as well.
Only 18, but that's okay.
Well, I guess that's countered by the theoretical 46,000 that are on Zoom Info.
No, I love Zoom Info. Zoom Info is great, and you really don't need to be paying for it. As you can see here, first names, last names, we can see everything.
When I go to bloggers, yes, CPAs in San Diego have blogs as well, and not just on Blogger, they have them on WordPress.
So we will run these searches to look at the profile pages of any blogger, any WordPress site. In addition, we also go after names. Names is a nice site for all sorts of different people.
We're going to do this for Twitter. Yes, the top person is apparently the best CPA in San Diego. Your search is done.
Right, you've got your person on Twitter. Our next one is for the social media aggregators. So what we see on the screen mostly is all we see is about.me, but this search actually will look at Zerply and flavors as well.
We have spoke.com, which is always a favorite. It gets us through a lot of different executives, and in this case, those executives have to be CPAs in San Diego.
23 of them.
When I come over here, this is that Meet the Team search we mentioned earlier. It is fantastic for finding, staff at all these CPA firms.
Next, we have the official board. These are going to be best for your really high-level people. You can see we only have 25 results. If you place in a C-suite, this is going to be really good for you. This is also great when you're looking for hiring managers.
Yes, I use it for business development along the way. Post Job Free, this is another place kind of like Indeed, and it's going to try to get us through to resumes as well.
I don't really think there's 22,000. Google tends to exaggerate a little bit, but my guess is we have several hundred.
And finally here we do have a LinkedIn search showing us CPAs in the greater San Diego area, and oh my goodness, if there's really a 250,000, your day is done.
There's not a 250,000, but I do want to point something out. We are searching LinkedIn from Google. There are no commercial search limits. We can see everybody, first name, last name, and their full profiles, and you too can have that same ability when you purchase the eSSistant.
Why don't we go back in?
Okay. Seriously, how cool is that?
That quick and that easy, and remember, that's slowed down so you can watch us do it.
Sorry that we weren't able to leave all of our base search strings visible to you. I'm sure that you can appreciate this is the core of what we teach. And if you are not interested in the eSSistant, but you want to learn how to write all those base search strings, please don't hesitate to take our eSourcing Essentials program.
That's great. We also won't give away the formula for Coke.
They'd get very upset with us if we would do that, wouldn't they?
I can't afford that kind of scrutiny.
If you're ready to purchase, just take a look right below this video. You can click the purchase button and we'll take you right through the process, or you can just buy right online right now.
All right, happy hunting.
Thanks so much.